Can everybody hear pretty well? Thumbs up? Awesome. We're going to get started in just a few minutes. We're waiting for still some people to trickle in. So just hang tight, and we're going to start in a few minutes.
The mic is sounding a little crackly to me. I don't know if it is to you guys.
Okay, let me move it.
I'm here.
Is that better?
Not really. Not.
I can just hold the microphone like this. Is this better?
That's way better. That's way better.
Okay.
Way better.
I can do that.
Do we have like a level for people or like for them to what they'll be using this? Okay. Okay, cool. So
I'm
we
the
can
saver.
hook up the other mic.
I did it.
one question is it connected? This is not on there.
We should create a class.
Yeah.
I know actually we have it. You can clap.
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as you
Say
do
thanks
this,
for muting the full Geeks stuff.
And how do I change the slides? Welcome, everybody. Thank you for coming. We're about to get started with our Geek Talk for cohorts 25 and 26, which is our most recent graduate of cohorts. My name is Alyssa. I'm the campus manager for the Miami campus, and I'm going to talk a little bit about Four Geeks and what we do here, and then our students will be presenting their final projects. So a little bit about who we are here at Four Geeks. We are a coding bootcamp, but we are much more than that. We are one of the top coding bootcamps in the world, and we have 7 locations in about 10 different countries in the US, Venezuela, Spain, Costa Rica, Chile, and even more. We have over 2,000 students that have graduated from our programs. 85% of our graduates are becoming within 90 days after graduating from the program, and we're establishing partnerships with major industry players already. Some of our validations include that we were named Best Coding Bootcamp in 2021. We are among the top 30 worldwide coding bootcamps. We have very high reviews on all platforms, a 4.9 average. We are licensed by the US Department of Education, and you can see some more across the bottom here. Like we were one of the top coding schools according to Newsweek, and we have an award-winning syllabus. Taking a look at our track record, our students who graduate from our program, they see a 22% increase on average in their salary after completing a program. So we take students who are unemployed or underemployed looking to do a career change. We train them in coding, and they get on average 22% increase in their salary upon completion of the program. So that's great. And like was stated before, about 86% of those students are getting hired right after completing a cohort within 90 days. We have 2 main systems that we use here. We have GeekPal and GeekForce. GeekPal is our mentorship programs. So our students have unlimited access to us forever. So during their program, and after their program, they can schedule one-on-one sessions with live mentors. They can work on projects, work on assignments, ask for support, ask any questions that they would like to ask.
We have a network connection issue. She said that the mic is not coming through properly. So what is that connected to?
This, it's supposed to just come through there.
It's supposed to come through here. Does this have its own mic?
There we are. We're back. I think the connection just dropped for a second. Can you guys hear us now?
Just keep something out. Check your connection. Could I like cast you directly, or could we just go like straight out the camera on this, the mic and the camera? I guess.
Learn how to program. Let us know everything we want to know. We also have our founders here in the meeting. Marcelo and Alejandro are here. And I think all of our students that are presenting today are also in the projects that you'll be able to see in just a couple minutes while we finish fixing this little issue.
I actually think that I can take over in the meantime. So
Okay.
yeah.
Can you guys hear me now?
And I think my mic is working nicely, right? So,
Yeah,
Can you hear?
right. And you all see my screen. All right. So I know that the majority of you are here to celebrate. It's an amazing day. You're graduating. You're showcasing your success, your projects, and your skills.
Okay, got it. All right. Okay, so let's try it. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah.
I think it's the networking here.
Oh, yeah. It just got some.
And we're trying to build a coding proposal that can allow more people to get in the field, get the opportunity to change their professional career, and
Get something with the network here, because I wouldn't just,
COVID has been showing us that all of them are true. You can find a job, you can also get a better wage, and you can change your life. I recognize many people here that I met, I don't know, a few months ago, and it's amazing where they were and how they were. I just saw, for example, Jawal here. I remember 2-3 years ago, Jawal. The beautiful story that you are every single day developing and conquering somehow, Joel. And some of you are already in that path. So that's pretty much how like the main facts of For Geeks. We have also been recognized in different platforms as a great coding school. Um, I think we have had two different For Geeks, the one that was before COVID and the one that was during and after COVID. Well, I don't know after, right? But during COVID, we have switched, we have learned, we have made mistakes, but we're every single day we're learning how to become a better school, a better team, and a better mentor for your career. Um, yeah, so I already said this. There's something that I want to stress out here. There are two main features that you get access to when you join For Geeks. First is the mentorship feature. The mentorship in terms of the academia, the coding support. So as soon as you get enrolled in For Geeks, you're going to have access, and you have access to our mentors network. So you can start meeting up with us, having one-on-one sessions, having study group sessions, and even after graduation, you can still get with us on one-on-ones and group sessions pretty much for the rest of your life. Our main goal here is that you never code alone again. So there is no point for that. Give me a quick second.
Let me see. I'll text you guys a Slack number.
And the second one, one of the most important parts, and I might say that everyone that joins, 80% of the people that join For Geeks, they do it because they want to change careers, of course, and the whole thing, but you want to get a job, right? So this is Geekforce, our support system to help you get a career and get a job in the field. Adele is a new member of For Geeks, and she wants to introduce herself and show you what we are about to do with the graduates that we have today and with the current students, and pretty much how the Geekforce feature works. Go ahead.
Okay, thanks so much, Marcelo, and nice to meet you, everyone. Just before I start, I'm not seeing your screen. I don't know if you are sharing the presentation, but as Marcelo said, like one of the main reasons people join For Geeks is basically to get a better job and start a job in tech. And we sometimes know that having the hard skills is not enough to get that job. You have to go through a lot of recruiting processes and get through like recruiting systems. And that's what Geekforce is about. And that's what the career support area of For Geeks is about. So basically, our main purpose is like attend the first cohort career support workshop, which is basically like a career support workshop that we do for everyone, and we are going to do it for you guys, like for the cohort 25 and 26. Then we're going to send you like some information for you to fill out, which is basically the strengths and weaknesses forms, so we can know like which are your like the points in where you shine and the points that you need to improve. And then we can start like having the one-on-one meetings which Marcelo was talking about. So basically, you're going to be talking with me. I already started the process with some of you guys. And we're going to basically assess basic points of a professional profile, such as like the resume building, how to build your LinkedIn profile for the tech industry specifically, and obviously GitHub, which is very important for a developer. Then you have the option, like after you do the resume with me and we assess your profile. You have the option of scheduling a 30-minute meeting to review all of your profile and have like general feedback about it. And finally, you can also have like interview training with me, a little bit longer, 45 minutes, even more. And in that training, we're going to be overseeing like the interview process and how you can actually answer to those questions. Maybe tricky to answer in interviews. And well, finally, obviously, we're going to work on projects and portfolios, which you know are very important for a developer. And you also have the possibility to like talk to me and I don't know, answer any questions or even like help you in your job search or answer any questions about the processes you are applying. So yeah, that's basically it. This program has been pretty successful, and I think that some alumni of our Geeks are like the perfect example that not only the well, but having this opportunity makes you like a better fit for recruiters out there. Yeah.
Great.
Don't worry.
Thank you so much, Adele. Any questions or anything, you can reach out to Adele via Slack. And or we can send you the calendar schedule a meeting with her.
Exactly. We're still going to send you.
Next
oh,
up,
sorry, Anna.
as you know, we have more than 400 companies that hire our students.
Me or Anna is also having trouble?
Anna's mic is out. Yeah, Anna.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I think she's having.
I'm sorry,
trouble.
guys. Everyone's having trouble with the internet. Sorry, guys.
No, go ahead.
Yeah. So one of the things that make this dream real is also about showing you that a lot of companies that have been around for Geeks have been hiring our graduates, and it's not only about the stories that you can hear, it's not only about the possibilities that you can read out there, but we also have the network to help you out. And there's plenty of opportunities in South Florida right now. Miami is becoming bigger and bigger in terms of investments, of startups, of ideas. Huge companies are investing and moving here, and a lot of talent are also being hired. So this is a good for all of you that are actually in Miami. I know not all of you are here, but for those of you that are here, I think this is a good moment to start applying and get a job in the field. By the way, here's Jawal. So you can pretty much take over, Jawal, and tell a little bit about your experience, about how has it been, how you started, and well, I think it's better to hear from you, man, than from me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone. And my name is Jawal. I've been studying for Geeks in 2019, and I was invited to talk a little bit about my story with you. And I can tell you that when I did the course, I barely knew a little bit of HTML and Java and CSS. So, and during the course, I learned JavaScript, I learned React, I learned Python, and I understood that the only way of succeeding is becoming good at something, right? So we had a teacher at the time that his name was David, and he was pretty good at Python, like god of Python. And one day he said, choose one programming language and stick to it. Just do that programming language. And I did that. I chose JavaScript, and because of that, I have been very successful. And the thing is, I applied to many companies. I'm pretty sure that I already applied over 900 companies. And you will hear a lot of no's, and you will hear a lot of feedback. people saying, actually yesterday, one of my students say, I had my first interview and they told me to learn about Ruby and PHP. And there will be a lot of tricky things that takes you away of your path. So you need to stick to your plan, and there will be a lot of people saying what you should do and what you should not do that will change your path. So, but if you stick to it, you will be more successful. On my way of seeing, there is two things on this career. You can divide this in what is urgent and what is important. Urgent is the tools that we use, right? Like React, HTML, CSS, Bootstrap. Those are all tools, right? And there is what is, and this is gonna get you a job. This definitely is gonna get you a job, knowing how to use those tools. But there's what is important. And that's what's gonna make you move forward in your career, which is the principles of computer science, design patterns, and functional programming, object-oriented design. And those things, once you can talk about those things, then you're gonna get further, right? So what I choose to do is I stick with JavaScript, and with JavaScript, you can use front end, you can use back end. And this really helped me because now companies, they are adopting this interview process that they give you an algorithm to solve. And if you choose front end, they possibly will give you an algorithm and a small React project to do it. And actually, this is your best bet, front end or full stack, and more towards JavaScript, because that's what you've been studying. That's what you've been studying the last 3 months. It wouldn't make sense you change to another programming language, because every programming language, there is the hard things that you need to learn. But once you learn all of it, you can apply the same concepts in different programming languages, right? And JavaScript is the most popular right now for us. That is front end and coming from a boot camp. So I would recommend you stick to it, and you will be very successful. One other thing that is very important is your online presence. Online presence is fundamental in order to you get a job, because they're going to get your resume and they're going to see your LinkedIn, they're going to see your GitHub. And when I was teaching, I used to say to my students, every day you need to have a commit there till you get a job. So you are going to be more likely to get a job if you have commits every day than if you don't, because like you, there's many other people that are at the same level. You need to stand out. You need to stand out. And how you are going to do that? Having your GitHub plenty green, having courses, extra courses that is provided. LinkedIn is a very good resource. And I do have like over 80 courses that I took on LinkedIn Learning, Udemy. This is just supplemental. This really helps. This year I was approved, I was accepted to a master, and I was just accepted because I had this bunch of online courses that I've been doing. So this will make you different than somebody else, right? So if you do have like 20, 30 courses, extra online courses, plus what you already know, somebody else that is also at the same level that does not have those courses is not going to be chosen, at least for an interview, right? And that's what I've been doing, and that's what it's been working. So I had 3 jobs since I finished my course at 4Geeks. The first job, it took me a month and a half after completing the course. 4Geeks helped me, and that was possible for me to get a job and keep my job there, right? But at the end, they wanted someone with more experience, and it took me a little longer to get the second job. And this time I was studying I'm studying every day since the beginning. But the second job, I stayed there for a year and a half, and then I decided to move to another job. But then my GitHub was plenty green, a lot of courses, a lot of knowledge. I could talk about the life cycle of a software, and I could do pretty much anything that we need to do to build a software. So then to get my third job, it took me a month and a half, right? So, and I could actually choose. I had 4 offers, and I'm in California. I'm on Silicon Valley, so here the jobs are a little different. So you need to have to go to certain jobs that is senior position. You need to have way more. You really need to have knowledge. And I do have 2.5 years, and I'm on a second position that is senior. So, and I did everything that I'm telling you. If you do that, this is what worked for me, right? So if you do that, it's very likely that you will be successful. And if you need anything, feel free to reach out to me. I'm on Slack for Geeks, and I can help you with guiding you what to do next, because this is the most important. And one thing that I would like you to know, do not give up, because it gets hard. It gets hard. Don't give up, because it will work out. Don't give up. It will work out, and you will be successful. That's what I have.
Thank you. I came on from my cell phone now, so hopefully you guys can hear me a little better. Does anybody want to ask any questions to Joao? Any students have any questions? A lot of people are writing. Thank you. Great job.
Yeah.
Well, okay, we can move right into the presentations then. We have first up Late No More with Marco and Gabriel. So we can go right into the presentations then. So take it away.
Can you hear me? Hello, hello, hello.
Yes.
Hello, hello, hello. Can you hear me?
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah. Oh, okay, perfect. All right. With this. Okay. Can everybody see my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So, hello everybody, and thank you for being here, hearing us. My name is Marcos Calona. My partner is Gabriel Hernandez, and we're gonna talk today about the app that we made, which is called Late No More. So, I'm Venezuelan. I'm right now working as a furniture assembler, like IKEA furniture and stuff like that. I decided to take a new path because it's not my thing. I always loved computers, software, hardware, everything. And I just decided to go through with this path, and I've liked a lot. I'm 29 years old, and this is my first time like learning about coding.
Hello, good evening, everyone. My name is Gabriel. I'm from Venezuela, and I work right now as a delivery driver. I am 33 years old. I am a father of 2 girls, and I had no previous experience before taking this bootcamp. And yeah, I have always been attracted to the world of code, and since I was a child, I have loved computers, games, and everything related to technology. So yeah, thank you all for being here. I hope you like our app.
So why micromanagement? Micromanagement apps are really useful in a variety of ways. All companies around the world are always looking for ways to upgrade their experience with apps that can do lots of important things as shifts for them. So this app is really useful because it's gonna give you always the thing that you need, like in just one click. So this is why micromanagement apps are like really important in the business field. So why Late No More app is for you? It's because it's a very easy learning app. It's just like I said, it's just one button, and you're gonna have all the information that you need in the back of your hand. It's a very precise app. It's gonna give you all the calculation that you need, times, wages, how much do you need to pay for the employees for the shift, and it's gonna save you a lot of time doing so. So this makes the app like the primary efficient app. So the languages that we used for the app was Python, React. We use the libraries as Moment.js and SweetAlert. So we use everything to make this possible. So without further delay, we're gonna show you how the app works. So on the right side of the screen is gonna be me as an employer, and on the center is gonna be my partner Gabriel as an employee. So as you can see, I'm right now on the account option. So you can create a company from here. Just click in the company. You can just write the company name. I'm gonna put Coders Frontier. So when you submit, it's gonna update the information. As you can see, it's gonna say that I'm an employer right now. I can do manage the company. I can do manage role. As you can see, I'm gonna have a managed company. I'm gonna have the name of the company on the top and the list of employers that I have in my company. So if I go back, I can go to manage roles, just create a role. I can put the role name, let's say front end developer with a 47 an hour rate. As you can see, it's gonna update the list, and now I'm gonna have the roles. If you want, you can delete it, and it's gonna erase it from the database. So as an employee.
So as an employee, I'm gonna create an account. You can see all the features. So I can choose the company that Marco just created from here. I will do it. And now I am going to log in. So this is the main page. This is a summary that is gonna show us our complete hours and earnings by date. But right now we don't have that. So I can choose the company by creating an account or choosing from here and update information and from edit. So as a employer.
So as an employer, I can go to the shift tab. And as you can see, I'm gonna have the timesheet, which is gonna store all the information, and I can go to create shift, which is going to give me the role that I just created, the Gabe, which just joined my company, and I'm gonna choose the ending time, starting time, and ending time. So when I submit, it's gonna update it, and then I'm gonna have the list with the shifts that I have. So I can see the role, starting time, ending time, hours to work, and the status. So I can edit if I want to. I can choose the role, employee, starting time, ending time again, and I can delete the shift if I want to. So as an employee.
So as an employee, I will be able to see the shift that Marco just create as an employer. So I will be able to see the role here, the starting time, the ending time, the hours, and the status. So once I press this button, I can make the login. I mean, I will be able to see the expected hours first and the expected earning right here and the role. So I can press this button and make the login. So once we do that, I will be able to check to verify that I'm already clocking in to see these icon changes here. Sorry. So I can go and press here again, and now I can clock out, but after that you can see the hours done and the amount earned. So this amount, it will be updated every time that we enter to this page. We can go back and check. So now it's 6040. So I can clock out right now, and as soon as I do that, the shift, it will disappear from here. But we always can go to the times, the timesheet, and see the sheet. The shift right here. So as an employer,
So as an employer, I'm gonna have the same list. The only difference is that I'm gonna have the name of the person in here. So let's say that you want to search for the date that you want. Just look for the date and the person that you want to see when he did the shift and how much he did and how many hours he worked. So if I go back to account, I can go to manage company. As you can see, I'm gonna have Gabriel in here. So if I can delete the person, I can just erase it from the company and I press OK and it's gonna update the information and you see that it's no longer here. But if you go to shifts again, it's gonna keep the record of the timesheet. So it's gonna stay from on the database forever. So let's say it's fire and everything, and you want to check the hours that he worked, you can go to the timesheet and you're gonna be able to see it. So yeah, so this is the app that we created. Late no more. I hope you guys liked it. And let's go back to the presentation. So challenges. So there were two main challenges in here. To create the whole API from scratch, we had to do all the models, all the routes and everything, all the calculations from the API as well. It was really challenging, but not as much as working with times. It was really tough. It was a real challenge, but it's really good because we already completed this step and we learned a lot throughout this process. And yeah, so we want to do special thanks to Alejandro and JD as our mentors, Alex and Thomas for working with us in the mentoring sessions, and especially to For Geeks Academy to make all of this possible. So you're gonna have the QR code on the right side, as you can see. It's a mobile first app, so I recommend you to use it through the phone. So yeah, just check the app and everything, and yeah, thank you everybody.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for
Thank
hearing
you.
us.
Thank you, guys.
Awesome. Thank you very much. Does anybody have any questions?
What were the languages again?
We use Python, React, and libraries as Moment.js and Sweet Alert, but it was mainly React and Python.
Yeah. Yeah, we use JS for the front end and Python for the back end.
Any other questions?
Okay, we're gonna do the next presentation now, which is called Follow the Signs, which is by Alan, Brandon, and William. So we'll move right into that one. Here we go.
Hi everybody, my name is Brandon, and I'm joined here with Alan in the For Geeks Academy in person. Unfortunately, Will won't be able to make it today because his family they got into like a slight accident, so we're like trying to maintain updated with that. But let me go ahead and share with you guys. Okay, so our project's called Follow the Signs. It's a web application for the deaf community. Okay, there we go. So this is what we're going to be talking about today. So our team is Alan, myself, Brandon, and Will, as I mentioned before.
Yeah, so my name is Alan. Always like to go around or talk.
All right, yeah, and as I said, my name is Brandon. I'm currently in a master's program for biomedical science. I thought I wanted to be a doctor, but I've always had an interest in like programming and technology. So I decided to take a bootcamp course, and it's definitely changed my life. It's very interesting to see how like computers handle data and whatnot. And yeah, so I'm like thinking about switching into a career in tech, but being able to kind of go into like a science tech field. And then Will, I guess I'll like introduce him because he's not here, but Will, he was previously working in cybersecurity. And I think he's actually going back into that as well, but he actually took this course to be able to expand his horizon as well as try to start like new businesses in things that he wants to like learn more about. So yeah. Okay, so why did we create Follow the Signs? So the deaf community is actually a pretty large community in the global population, and it's an underserved community. And the pandemic caused further isolation of these groups throughout the world. So we wanted a way for them to basically connect and be able to share ideas and like keep updated with their community, as well as learn from others in the same community and just share ideas in general. So in our project, we use things like JavaScript, Python, basic HTML, CSS, React and Flask, SQL Alchemy, and Bootstrap to create our project. So without further ado, let me take you to our project.
I'm just checking. Can everyone hear me now?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, so here, let me.
So
here
make sure
we
to,
have,
Brandon,
the homepage. Oh yeah.
sorry to
Oh, I'm
interrupt.
sorry, I can't hear you. Yeah, go ahead.
Try, like, if you, since you guys are in the same building, so only one of you can be turning on the mic at the same time, because we can hear you twice.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. Okay, we can go to different ends of the room. Okay. Okay, so this is the homepage as I mentioned before. So here you're gonna see a news feed with local news. So here you have Deaf and Blind School open new campus, and you can scroll through, and then you'll see updated news. If you keep scrolling, there's going to be upcoming events as well as trending discussions that people can take a part of as long as you have an account. So without further ado, let me log in. Okay, so now I'm logged in, and you can go now to the news page. You'll get a more in-depth amount of news, so you can see different tiles and different cards here with different news in different areas of the world to keep people updated. In the events, we also have events which people can partake in. So there's sign language tours. There's Glasgow Deaf History. So there's many things that people can partake in.
For the news and the events as well, it's using this great pulling different information from different websites. So if you click on one of the buttons, learn more, it brings you to the website so you can get a full summary of what's going on, read more about it, and just understand what's going on.
Okay, so to have the community be able to partake in talking to one another, we actually created two features. So we have a discussions page where you are able to create a discussion within the community, and then you're able to join and then comment. So here I have a sample discussion. So you're only you're able to comment and then remove your comments. So here, let me make an example. So here you're able to post, and then you can go back and then take part in other discussions as well. And here we have our connections page. So this, so here you're allowed to type. Here is the chat, and you'll see that it's posted here. And you're able to real time kind of talk back and forth to anybody who is on the chat at the same time. I can actually here. Let me.
I'll demonstrate it. I'm actually logged
Okay,
in.
you'll be the other user. Okay.
No refresh, huh? That's cool. Brandon, you're currently muted. In case you were trying to talk.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah, so that was our project. So let me take you back now to the presentation. Okay, so challenges with our website. So all of the information that you saw that was pulled from different sites, or was pulled from different sites, sorry. So the events and the news were all populated with a scraper that works actually independently of the website. So we have it working off of Flask, and then we basically run commands so that the data gets input into our API, and then our API then calls the information and puts it onto and displays it onto our website. The global chat actually was kind of difficult because we so we were using a socket, and we basically had to take the message that was being sent and then be able to broadcast that message to anyone who's actually using that global chat at that moment. So that was actually a little difficult to do.
And also, we have email verification where it actually does send a link to you. We use SendGrid. That was one of the biggest challenges because just learning to read the documentation and going step by step and making sure the API key is working properly.
Yeah. Okay, so as I mentioned before, yeah, the web scraper, we had to go through different websites, and we had to put it into our API, and the global chat, we had to broadcast the messages, which is very difficult. So, okay, future features that we want to actually include into our website. I mentioned education previously at the beginning, so we didn't have enough time to incorporate it at like all the features that we wanted, but we want to have an educations page in the future so that people who are deaf, who are born to parents who actually hear, sometimes they don't have the resources and knowledge of where to go to seek for help to advance to be able to be a part of the community. So we want to build an education page that people can learn to sign in their own language and learn about their community and other communities as well. We also want to build a friends list to have individual chats. So you saw the global chat, which allows you to speak with anyone connected to the page, but we want to have a friends list to be able to have one-on-one chats in case someone meets another signer or deaf person online, and then they can have further conversations. And as well, going off of that, we want to have a video chatting service so that they're able to sign to one another, and it would be easier than typing for them, and they can practice their own language.
And then also for the friend chat, we want to also add where you can see who's online and you can actually communicate. So if they are online, it'll send them a notification via maybe text or through email.
Yeah, so we want to give a thank you to our 4Geeks family, especially Alejandro, Paolo, Alex, and JD, Thomas, and Jesus. Sorry, that were a big help in the creation of our project. So yeah, thank you guys, and thanks for taking the time to watch our presentation.
Thank you, everyone.
Awesome, great job with that, guys. Does anybody have any questions?
This is not so much a question as much as it is commendation. But both of the projects I've seen so far are great, and I wanted to say, just looking at it, I can see how there's sensitivity behind it. It's a very thoughtful. It's something that I had not even thought about, but I was really pleasantly surprised to see that group of deaf individuals are able to have this platform. And I don't know, guys, I think you should probably, I don't know if you planned on rolling this out and making it an official thing, but it has the makings of a great platform for all of those with hearing impairments.
Thank you. Yeah, no, we actually got this idea because Will has a family member who actually is deaf, and he kind of noticed that he's not able to like kind of include them into the conversation at times. So we built that platform primarily for them. So we're actually in talks with them to see if we can kind of hand over this project to deaf coders actually, so to see if they can like further expand on it.
Anybody else have any questions? Okay, then we're going to move into our next presentation. So up next we have Foodie, which is by Mallory and Miguel.
Thank you. My name is Mallory. I live in Seattle, Washington. And Miguel and I worked on this app called Foodle, actually, but close. It does look like Foodie. So just to start by like talking about my experience at 4Geeks. I hope you've seen Tommy Boy, some of you, but this is how I felt when starting 4Geeks. And I'm happy to say that 3 months later, I feel more like this. But it's been a really great experience, and we've learned a ton, and we're super excited to show you our app.
Mallory, sorry, I think that you're not sharing your screen.
Oh man, rookie move. Hang on 1 second.
Perfect.
Are we sharing the right one now?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. I'm sorry about that. Okay, so here we are. Here's me on June 8th, 2021. And then, you know, after learning a lot with Ernesto and Edian, feel more like this. And I swear I do know how to share my screen, just kind of nervous. But I'll hand it over to you to introduce yourself, Miguel.
Hello, guys. I'm Miguel. I'm from Venezuela. Actually, I live in Miami for a few years now. I just started for gigs because I always been inspired to this country, working like waitress, car washer, dishwasher, all that. And actually, I don't want. So I just want to have like different kind of works, and I saw this like a very, very good opportunity. I have been in a very, very exciting experience with the teacher Ernesto, with Eddie always helping us, and I feel very like a very good progress in all these months, because at the first time I never seen something like programming, coding, or something like that before, and I just felt like it was too hard. I'm not gonna can. There's a lot of numbers. There's a lot of things there's a lot of symbols that I don't know what they are. But right now I feel very, very, very good because I see it. I understand what happens. I understand what I want to do, and I can make it just coding.
Foodle was kind of thought up because at the end of the day, I usually go downstairs to the kitchen and stare at the fridge kind of like this, and I just don't have enough brain power left in the day to be creative about cooking food. So I really wanted to have an app that you could just put in a few ingredients of what you have, and then it would pull together recipes for you. So that's kind of how Miguel and I started to come up with this app idea. So Foodle is an app that helps you make decisions about dinner based on the ingredients you have at home. The process kind of coming up with the idea, we had lots of ideas that Edian and Ernesto helped us kind of narrow down and just start with one idea, which was just being able to find recipes by ingredients. Challenges, we had a pretty massive GitHub branching situation. I call it baby's first branch merge because it was a mess and it was just ugly, but we figured it out. Everything is on the main branch now, and now we know better, so we're good. But we also had some issues with the favorites, and I think basically we're just overcomplicating that, and then forgot just really like one little statement before this other thing. So yeah, we learned a ton. I would love to continue building on to this app and figure out some more filtering and kind of preference features. And I don't know, what about you, Miguel? Did I forget anything there?
Oh no, we just wanted to make a very simple app, but function with a lot of with the functionality that we wanted to give it. Like any of us when we arrive from the work or anything that is like, you know, that you have three things on your fridge, you don't have time to go to the supermarket or something, and you have to, of course, like all the human, you have to eat. So we just want to make an app that you put some ingredients there, you search it, and it's gonna give you some recipe based on that ingredients. Of course, it's like the database assume that you have already like salt, like vinegar, like different things that everybody has on the house, but like the main ingredients, you can put it there since 1 to maybe 7 or something like that, and it's gonna give you recipes with that. It's very simple, but that's the thing that we wanted to make.
Right on. So I took care of a lot of the back end, and then Miguel did most of the front end, but we really worked on the entire project together, which was really cool. And here are kind of the different technologies we used. Edamame is the company that we used to find the recipes. So it's a really awesome API. And we also built our own database of like over 600 ingredients, I think, that you can choose from. So there's quite a few ingredients, and there we can always build onto it too. All right, so now we will do the demo. Miguel, did you want to talk through it while I click through, or?
Yeah, of course. So this is like the presentation. That's why it says making dinner. So now there you're gonna see the input. You just put like, I don't know, put like 3 ingredients or something. Anything, black bean, chicken, and rice maybe. You search it and it's give you a lot of recipes only with that. Of course, as much as you go, as you scroll down, it's gonna give you like recipes with different variations. But the first one are like only with those things. They also give you the ingredients. As told you, as much as you go down, it's gonna give you more ingredients, more things, and you can see the diet labels too. In the case that you are vegan, that you cannot eat gluten, and all that kind of things, that you cannot drink alcohol, you cannot drink soy, anything of that, it's gonna give you that information too. And there you can see the button with the high reference to go to the place that is gonna give you the instructions in the case that you want to make that food, and it's that your decision. Also, we make the system of save the recipes on favorites. Of course, if you want to make it, it's gonna request you to create a user, then log in, and in that way you can save the recipes. I don't know if you saw that she just put 2 ingredients, and there are a lot of different recipes just because she didn't put rice. So it's gonna see if it's like 3 ingredients for you just change one, it's gonna give you all another recipes with only those 3 or 4 or whatever.
There's even some really cool drink recipes in here, so that's kind of fun too. But yeah, you can open the recipe. Say you wouldn't like that one, you can go back, and Ernesto helped us create the functionality to keep the search here, so it's pretty cool.
Of course, if you go to the recipes that you have saved on the top of the page, you're gonna see the recipe with the link that it's gonna redirect you to the actual recipe again. Very
and then if you
simple,
click
but
it takes you to the recipe
to the
website.
instructions exactly. It's very simple, but it makes the function that we wanted to make.
So the challenges we had, which I kind of mentioned, the major one was the GitHub situation. These were direct quotes from Ernesto when he was trying to help us. So if that gives you any idea of the disaster we created, it was just pretty messy. But I would say most of it was just learning what we didn't know, and just like we had a good idea, we worked really well together, and just had to kind of put it together. I think it's set up nicely to add on features.
Yes. Yeah, of course. I think that maybe the most challenging thing was like make the database and the external API specific, find it for the things that we wanted. Because actually we saw like 40 APIs and all was like not very good.
Yeah, we did look through a lot of APIs to find one that we could use to get recipes. So that was a challenge too. I forgot about that. But that's it. Super simple. Lots of work, but lots of love, and excited to use it. We just deployed it last night on Heroku, so we can provide the link. It's ready to rock and roll if you guys want to. But big thank you to Edian, Ernesto, and Tomas. Huge helps, and we would not have been able to put that together without them. So really appreciate it.
Yeah, of course, and thanks for all, for Eddie, for Mr. Ernesto, for Thomas, that he helped us a lot at the beginning too, and of course to you guys for hear our idea now and to see our presentation.
Awesome. Great presentation. That was very good, guys. Does anybody have any questions?
No, I just want to say that I love the logo.
Thank you.
Thank
I told Miguel.
Oh, that you like it.
Thank you so much. I did it. Thank you.
Awesome.
Any other questions? Okie dokie, we're going to move into the next project then. So next up, we have Ruben and Leonardo presenting Lodger.
Hello. Hello, everybody. Leonardo, are you there?
Yes, yes, I'm here. Hello.
All right, cool. Let me share then. Let me start sharing the screen. Oops. Okay, cool. So thank you everybody for being here. And so I want to introduce myself. My name is Ruben Gonzalez. I did this project with my partner Leonardo Perez. I'm from Puerto Rico, but been here in Miami for 8 years. All those 8 years I've been in the property management industry, and my interest in coding I have a lot of friends that do this already, and then also I want to move on to something a lot less chaotic and stressful. So it's been really good to start exploring this, and I'm very excited to what's to come. Leonardo.
So yeah, hi everyone. My name is Leonardo Perez. I'm from Cuba. I came here in 2017. Since then, I've been working with children with autism. But on the other hand, coding has always been my dream since I was a teenager. So then, a few months ago, someone told me about this academy, and it was great to have a fast course. So yeah, thankfully my partner Ruben came out with this project idea, and yeah, here he is to talk about that.
So the idea came in from actually my job. So um, I have managed a couple of properties, high rises that are over 200, 300, 500 units, that the majority of them are rented on the majority of the units are rented on a short-term basis, like for example, VRBO, Verbo, Airbnb, etc. And it's sort of like managing a hotel with 200, 300 or 40 something hundred owners. And one of the biggest challenges has always been, how do we register these people that are coming in? There's a lot of there are different softwares and apps that do something similar for people that are just visiting, but they're either too convoluted, they're missing a lot of information, and or they're just too difficult for people to do it. And our idea was to provide a solution to that and have something that is very simple. Let's say a unit owner, I'm a unit owner at X building, and I'm gonna have, I don't know, Leonardo is gonna come. He rented my unit on Airbnb, and he's gonna come. He's gonna be there for 2 weeks. I just go in, I log into the app, register, and then the person at the front desk will see it. Once I register, they will see it immediately, and they will able to register either a key card or a fob or whatever it is that they need to access the common areas. So the process, how it works, like I mentioned, the property manager, that would be the company managing the property, creates a building on the app. That's the client. And then the property manager sends the homeowner a link to register their property. Then the homeowners register on the app and can begin to log short-term tenants. Once a homeowner registers a tenant, the staff at the property can check in the short-term lodger. Let me show you the app. So here it is. Let me log in. I'm gonna first log in as a building manager. Okay, I had these buildings already. I created these buildings, but here you can see two of the buildings that are already registered. Here you can see the info on the building. The units right now, there are no units registered just yet, but we're gonna do that right now. Here is one that already has one and already has a tenant, and this is where we will be checking them in or out, but we will go there later. First, let's create another building. And now we have another building. So this is what we will be sending the unit owners to register. So they can register their units on the app. So, and there we go. And then here, they registered a tenant. Here in the drop-down, you will see the units that they will have in case they own more than one unit. Here's this one. Let's do an example. Not very well. So then the date. Let's not put additional tenants. Once the tenant is registered, then the tenant that just got registered should be receiving an email. Here it is. Hello, with the name, hello, Rigo from the console. You have a new message from your host. We're excited to have you as a tenant. Your check-in date is, and then the date of check-in, and your check-out date, and the date of check-out. Upon arrival, please stop by the front desk to complete the registration process. Then the check-in that the manager will do when the tenant arrives at the front desk. So here, tenants. Oh, whoops, no. Let's do it here. Yeah, here it is. This is where you check them in. Then you put a number for the fob or key or the key card that we'll be using. Once it's created, then the tenant is registered, and then once they leave, they check out. That's it. We're done with them. And that's the app. Let me continue with the presentation. What we use, React, Python, SQL, Bootstrap, and Email.js. Challenges, slowing down might sound silly or something, but I think this is a very common mistake, I suppose, from rookies trying to solve everything without even walking or going through the process. So that was something that we keep learning as we go. Then with the routes, I put it 3 times because with the routes, even though one of the main ideas of the app was to keep it as simple as possible, we got very creative and things were getting a little psychedelic sometimes, and Ernesto had to bring us back to earth. But we sorted it out. We sorted everything out. And same as the models, because it's something that we didn't, it's something that wasn't that new, but the way that we were using it was it was new to us. And as for the next features that we want to do, we want to keep adding to it. We want to allow homeowners to register their own units. Once we give them access, have a Spanish option for the app, a tab, so that in the app will be in Spanish. The reason is that the majority of the people that I see that they do this, they're also their native language is Spanish, and be able to send an email to the homeowners with a registration link, a revert checkout button, just in case somebody at the front desk makes a mistake and checkouts the tenant accidentally, so we can revert it, and create reports per units. And thank you to Ernesto and Idian a million times, and then to the rest of the team and the mentor, Tomas, Jesus, Paolo, Alexon, Alejandro, and Colby. So yeah, that's our project.
Awesome, great job. Thank you for presenting that for us. Does anybody have any questions? No? Okay, let's move on to the next presentation then.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you for presenting. So next up we have Mind Connect, which is Amanda, Melissa, and Susan. So take it away.
Hello, my name is Susan Brown, and my team members are Melissa Leiva and Amanda Laskowski, and we will now present our app. Amanda?
We can't hear you if you're speaking.
For patients and providers. Sorry, it looks like I was muted. Let me restart. Hello, everyone. My name is Melissa, and I'm here with Amanda and Susan. Tonight, we'll be presenting to you our Mind Connect app, which is a web-based patient portal app for mental health care. We're going to share with you some information about our team. We're going to go through the process of making our app, the platform, challenges we faced, and next features. We wanted to create a central location for patients to be able to record, track, notate, and communicate with their mental health providers. Patient activation is an important component of the recovery journey, and patient portals have shown promise to increase activation. So Mind Connect is a web-based portal for mental health care for patients and providers. And in the first phase, our app focuses on the patient side, but further development will also include the provider side of the app as well. Okay, so for our experience at Geeks Academy, we have had a wonderful time here at the Academy. We learned so much and we made great friends along the way. We laughed a lot, and we definitely struggled as well during the learning process, but in the end, we feel very accomplished with our final project and the knowledge and skills we learned. Now I'll hand it over to Melissa. I'm Melissa Leyva. I currently work for Royal Caribbean as a senior investigative analyst. And while I love what I do, I am looking to switch my career path because there's just no longer much room for me to grow in my department. Coding is something that's intrigued me for a little while now because I have to do it a tiny bit in my current role from time to time. And I just feel like it's so rewarding to write a code and see it execute properly. With COVID and everything that's changing, I thought it would be the perfect time to take this bootcamp. And once it's done, I plan to practice a little bit more and really sharpen everything that we've learned, and then hopefully get a role in a different department in my company doing coding. And here is Susan. My name is Susan Brown, and I am an industrial engineer, but now I am a stay-at-home mom, and I'm taking a long break from work. But a year and a half ago, I decided I finished a master's degree in information technology management and computer science, but I realized that I didn't have any programming or very little programming experience. So I decided and made this great decision of starting this boot camp, and I do not regret it because I learned so much. And I look forward to getting a part-time position or remote position as a developer. And so now moving on, how was it built and the technologies and architecture we used? We use HTML, CSS, Bootstrap, JavaScript, React, Python, and Flask for our languages and technologies. So we have a lot of them incorporated in there. And for the architecture, we specifically used Flux. How we designed our project was first, we designed what the final product would look like just on pencil and paper to get an idea of what we were going to build. Then we started off with the back end, creating our databases and our tables to know exactly what information we needed. And finally, we built the front end and then incorporated them together. We wanted to create a portal that the patient would easily access and navigate, and also be able to communicate with the provider. Okay, so for the sake of example, let's say that I'm a new patient at Dr. Smith's office and was just asked to register for their patient portal. So first I'll navigate to the new user button here, and I'll register as a new user. First name, last name,
It looks like something went wrong with our presentation video and it's not showing properly. So I'm sorry, just give me 1 second and I'm gonna see why that is. Okay, I apologize for that. Here is the proper recording. Sorry.
Well, let's say that I'm a new patient at Dr. Smith's office and was just asked to register for their patient portal. So first I'll navigate to the new user button here and I'll register as a new user. First name, last name, email, like we got that there, my birthday, gender, insurance provider, and my password. Now we'll register, and after you register, it automatically logs you in. So here on the welcome page, we just have some nice resources and a little welcome message. So we just have some bullet points here of good things to remember for mental health patients, like tomorrow is a new day to start over, it's never too late to seek help, etc. And then on the right here, we have our resources bar where you can just find quick links for anything you would like to learn about your new diagnoses or anything like that. So we have the caring for your mind section, how to care for your physical health and mental health. We have the suicide prevention option here with the Suicide Prevention Resource Center, National Suicide Prevention Hotline, Suicide Survival Stories, Understanding Suicidal Thoughts. And then here we have the Understanding Diagnoses section, just to read with some links to really read on what you just got diagnosed with to better understand, because getting a diagnosis can be a little scary, especially if it's, you know, something with a lot of stigma like schizophrenia. So next I'll navigate over to my dashboard. And so here I just have, it looks like I have some notifications from my provider to do some journaling, bringing my medications, and doing some yoga. So here I can edit my information, and it actually looks like I do want to change my email. So I'll just change that to my Gmail account really quick. Save that there. All right, so then I'm going to navigate over to my calendar. So I have a couple new appointments that I wanted to add here. So we have the therapy appointment, and that is next month on the 13th. And it looks like it was 10 a.m. here. And then that's going to be Sarasota. So I'll just save that, take a look over at my calendar so that I have that there for my appointments. Then navigating over to my medications, it looks like I am taking clonazepam, kind of hard to say, and then gabapentin and lamotrigine. So we have a mood stabilizer and 2 for anxiety here. So that's a good reference to come back to just in case I forget how much to take. Says that right there. And then lastly, navigating over to the feedback section, I do want to write my psychiatrist a message, letting her know that I logged into the portal and have it all set up. So I'll say I registered portal and have it all set up. So I'll send that to her. And I think I'm also going to mention that I do want to talk about my medications on our next appointment. My medications. Okay, so I'll just send that over to her, and then since I'm all done here, I'll just log out.
Okay, and now I'm just going to skip ahead a little bit back to the presentation slides, and Mary Susan is going to take over and talk over the slides as we go.
Yes. So we faced some challenges during development as expected. Um, the most, the biggest challenge perhaps was to connect the front end and the back end and to make sure that everything was working properly. We were very ambitious also about this project. We wanted our portal to have certain features, but we found out soon enough that we did not know how to implement them because, of course, we are just starting our journey as developers. We did get stuck many times, but with the help of our instructor Ernesto, Etienne, and the rest of the tutors, Tomas, they were all wonderful, and we were able to overcome the obstacles. We realized that being a developer is all about collaboration and teamwork. That's perhaps the most important lesson we learned. We see ourselves developing many other future apps. We were empowered and encouraged by developing this app because we saw it from beginning to end, and it's something that is functional and it works and it could be used for a patient. So that was really great. Next one. So the future app features. The development of the provider side of the app will include features like, because right now we have the patient, we are going to, in the future, we want to develop for the provider, the therapist, the psychiatrist, the psychologist who is treating the patient. So the provider will be able to input all patients' medications. The provider will be able to communicate with patients and send messages back to them. And the provider will be able to post the patient's treatment plans and make changes as needed. So those are the future. We could be other future features, but this is mainly what we would like to develop. And we finally want to thank you, to give a big thank you to Ernesto, Etienne, and to For Geeks Academy, and the rest of the tutors, of course, Paulo, Tomas, we can't forget them, they were all wonderful. And the Academy for giving us the opportunity to learn so much and to develop something that we can call our own. And it was just really, really fun to meet everybody in the cohort. We made great friends and we got to build something from beginning to end. So we're very happy about that. Thank you so much.
And I also just wanted to apologize for the video issues. I don't know what happened. We recorded it so that we wouldn't run into any problems. And for some reason, when I played back the video, I rewatched so many times to make sure it was perfect. It was all messed up. So I just want to apologize about that. And thank you guys.
Well, thank you guys for presenting. That's a great presentation as well. Does anybody have any questions?
Yeah, I'm curious. What API did you guys use for the medications? Like where did you? Because I'm assuming that there was many different types. So what made you guys choose that specific one?
No, yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Amanda.
Oh, so we didn't use a specific API for the medications. Those are just hard coded in, and we just chose some random medications to put in there, and they're just there for like show of example.
Yeah, because keep in mind that the medication is from the provider side. The patient is not able to change his or her medication. The patient basically, that is read-only for the patient. You cannot change them. The doctor has to give you that. So when we develop the provider side, yes, we will have to do something like that for the doctor to be able to switch medications and dosages accordingly. So that's future development.
Okay, perfect. Awesome.
Awesome. Thank you guys for your presentation again. Great job. And
Thank you.
we only have one presentation left. We have Drinkology with Carla and Luis.
Hey, what an outfit. What an outfit, Luis. My man. My God.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Appreciate it, man. I thought, well, I wasn't going to go ahead
Everything,
and,
man. Beautiful.
yeah, thank you, thank you. I wasn't gonna go ahead and present from here, but everything always ended up being from here either way. So thank you, appreciate it. And with my outfit, now I'm gonna go ahead and start this presentation. So just wanted to go ahead and welcome everyone to Drinkology. It's a website made by Carla and myself. And yeah, please hope that you all are just excited to learn about this website as we were in making it. And please enjoy.
Hi everyone, my name is Carla. I was born in Cuba. I'm 26 years old, and I've been here in the US for about 17 years. I attended Florida International University, and I graduated with a bachelor's in graphic design. Currently, I'm working as a customer service representative full-time for a technology company. Uh, my reasons for joining 4Geeks Academy would pretty much be because I wanted to improve my skills. I thought that it could help my, my graphic design career as well, and just learn a few languages as well. My hobbies include reading books, working out, and just painting.
Awesome. Yeah, sorry about that. I just noticed that I wasn't sharing the screen earlier. But yeah, guys, thanks for nobody saying anything. Anyways, sorry guys. Thanks, Gabriel. Yeah, anyways, back to this, the team. I'm from Guatemala. I have I just completed my associates in electrical engineering, looking to finish that soon in the next 2 years. My occupation has a lot to do with what we did here for this project. I've been a bartender. I think it's one of the best, jobs to have while going to college. And I'm 23. Reasons for joining 4Geeks Academy was really because I wanted to go ahead and add to my experience. I thought that I always believe that knowledge is something that, should it was never going to let you down, and I just wanted to add to my knowledge. And I thought that moving into 2021 and the years coming, having this skill was going to be very fruitful. And yeah, hobbies, a lot of music, guitar, drums, collection, a lot of stuff from there, CrossFit as well. And yeah, just a little bit about each of us.
For me, my struggles, I suffer a lot from imposter syndrome, not only in this course, that's something that I've always struggled with. But I can say that I did earn some achievements while taking this course. One of them being that I feel a lot more confident when I'm coding now. And we did our first project, our first website from scratch, which is pretty awesome. And I've improved my programming skills overall. I knew more than what I know. I know more than what I knew yesterday. So that I guess that's a good thing.
No, definitely. For me, my struggles, I share some struggles with Carla, but the ones that really stood out to me was just the stress of time management. This past 4 months to me have like changed my life. There's been 180 degrees, and it's just learning to do all of my life plus doing this and keeping myself accountable for it. And then another thing that I really feel that a lot of people might feel as well is guilty of not knowing, like when there's a problem. Best example has been this past week. There's an issue, and then you see the issue, and you're like, "Oh my God, that's it! Like I should have known. Like I'm guilty. Like I should have known." And it's kind of that thing of just giving yourself patience and understanding that you'll make it through with time. You got to give life the time that it deserves, right? Achievements. I do want to say that I feel that I've been loyal to myself and my dreams. I always proved that to myself through this course. The dedication that it took for me, I wanted to quit a lot of times. Some people that are here watching, friends and family, know that I just every 2 other weeks I would say I'm quitting, and people would say, don't do it, don't. And they didn't let me, and I didn't let myself either. And of course, just the knowledge of doing all the things that we now know how to do, that we proved by doing this website.
So as far as the technology, we use Gitpod as our website builder pretty much. We use Python, Bootstrap, React, HTML, CSS. We use the Cocktail DB as our API. And we use SQL Alchemy and GitHub as our to submit our project and do all the commits.
And our own API as well, which it's a pretty funny story. But anyways, this is just us presenting our website. So welcome to Drinkology. This is our homepage where the user is going to go ahead and start being introduced. The reason behind Drinkology, we wanted to just go ahead and do a new way to access your favorite cocktails and recipes, right? So like I said, being as a bartender for the past 4 years, it was something that I understood that cocktails do, and is, they bring back memories. They make they're personal. They remind you of a time that you share with people, family, friends, somebody you just met at a bar, some things like that. I wanted to go ahead and bring something so personal into a not so personal environment, right? Something that was literally just a computer and a person. I wanted to just go ahead and maybe you as a user, or anyone as a user, be able to have that little memory with them through the website, and hopefully in the future through their phone. Okay, so once again, this is the homepage of our website. The user will just definitely go ahead and start going through what we are offering in this website. Cocktails on the recipes on the go, share with family and friends, right? Just trying to entice them into being a part of our family. Then we come here to what we have is known as a cocktail bar, right? We want to just go ahead and show users what we we offer cocktail bars, right? We've offered pictures with the names of many, over 600, if I'm not correct.
Yes.
If I'm wrong, over 400, sorry, over 400 plus recipes. And we give them a little taste of what we offer, okay? By doing the cocktail bar. And of course, we want you to have the recipes, right? So then we push them into maybe create an account with us. I'm gonna go ahead and create an account for myself. This, of course, because it's it contains alcohol. This will not allow you to make an account unless you're 21. So I'm putting my age for that reason. And right now it should give us a sign up. And of course, get bot. Sorry guys, I don't know. It's been failing for the past two. Give me 1 second. Where is it? Anybody here could understand what's happening right now? This is just the life of Gitbot. It just worked 10 minutes ago. Sorry guys, give me 1 second. Okay, sorry. So this is what I should have done. Either way, created the username. The sign up tab didn't work. So what I did instead was I logged in. So there's the page that it should take us, right? Our profile page. This profile page would then give us many options, and then again, access to the same drinks, right? So I would have 600 plus recipes to access through here, alcoholic and non-alcoholic as well. Just for your choosing. If I am interested in a cocktail, I'm easily able to go to that page of that cocktail and see what it takes to create in terms of ingredients, measurements, the glassware, and of course the instructions. If I don't know what to do with all of the ingredients that I have, I would then later, if it's one of my favorites, maybe add it to my favorite list, right? Which would be displayed through here in my favorites. I could also, go ahead and say that I don't want my favorite anymore and just be free of that. Okay. I could do many of these things. And of course, like I said, there are 600 drinks. So maybe, I don't want to spend my whole time in this website scrolling. So I could easily just go ahead and go through one of these and probably just be more narrowed down my search. Then the thing that we wanted to go ahead and create a little bit more for the user was to for them to leave a piece of themselves in our website. So what it is here is being able to create your own drink, right? So I'm going to go ahead and create my own drink with margarita. I'm just going to go ahead and get what I would say is one of the most simplest margaritas to be made, with all of these ingredients in here. Of course, the general info over there, ingredients. I want to be specific with the measurements. And then I will also want to give instructions as to pour the ice, pour the ingredients, shake, pour into the rock glass with ice, and then of course pour some Grand Marnier on the top. I would then create my cocktail. It was a success. If I want to go ahead and see where I get the options to this cocktail, I would go ahead and go to my bar. Sorry about that, I need to work on this. I would go to my bar and it would show up in my bar. This is the cocktail that I created that would be my own. And if I am excited to show it to somebody, I can go ahead and share with them by giving them this page, right? And yes, this is what would have concluded what Carla and I built. As so far as for the profile, then we would sign out and be able to enjoy the homepage of this website again. There's an about us page that if we want to go ahead and share with you where we come from, what we're all about, who the team is, and we also, if there is any questions as to how to add or any concerns what to do, we also added a contact us page that we hope to serve whoever is using our website. And this would be Drinkology. This would have concludes Drinkology.
Now the challenges, God, for me, I mean, there were so many challenges. I've never really done this before, so just when I was first introduced to JavaScript, I mean, that was a mess for me, seriously. But then, as I started to get through the course, and all the instructors, that they were always there to help, so it got easier along the way. So the login and sign up, that was also a challenge for us. For the advantages, for me, I would say that since I come from a graphic design background, I could, it was kind of easier for me to build the UI. Even though I've never really used Bootstrap, I always thought that you needed to build these things with HTML and CSS, but Bootstrap makes it so much easier. So, yeah.
Yeah, and definitely just debugging. Well, you just saw we had a little bug problem right now, and before our presentation, we also had some few little bugs that I don't know where they come from, but you just deal with them and you try to solve them and follow Alejandro's steps of watching the network. And yeah, we just want to go ahead and thank everyone. Literally thank our friends. I want to thank the people from this cohort. That I saw you guys working sometimes harder than myself, and really pushed me. And then my mentors, Alex and Paolo, Alejandro, Tomas, JD, and my family and my friends who are watching here and the ones that didn't, let me give up.
Yes. And for me, I mean, I want to thank everybody as well. Alexon, thank you so much. You helped me throughout this whole cohort, really. And JD and Alejandro, too, and Tomas. You guys are great. Thank you. And of course, my friends and family who always supported me. Thank you.
Awesome, great job, guys. Another good presentation. I think somebody said in the chat that Foodle and Drinkology is all you need this weekend. So I agree with that. I actually got word that we have one more presentation. So we have Crypto Matrix with Josh and Stuart coming up next. Oh, does anybody have any questions? I'm sorry. Did anybody have any questions for Drinkology?
Were you guys able to deploy it to Heroku?
No, not yet. we we would like to go ahead and make it so that we don't have this sign up problem, and we would like to use more of our API rather than fetching another API. So we want to go ahead and work on that backend before we go ahead and deploy anything to just make it the best of the best version of itself.
Thank you. I'll be hitting you up for that link whenever you're done.
Awesome. Great job, guys. So now we have Josh and Stuart with Crypto Matrix.
Hi, I'm Josh Fishman. My partner Stuart. I am interested in doing back-end coding.
Cool, and I'm Stuart Green, and thanks for being with us tonight. I was in real estate. I guess technically still am in real estate. But then after the even while I was in real estate, I was always watching crypto. I was following it along, following like the stock market, and then I just never had like any time to like really focus on it. And then once the pandemic happened, I had the time, and then I kind of got hooked. And then as I started trading every single day in the market, I don't know. It seemed like a natural path to learn how to code, so I could build my own bots and take my own like trading patterns and build my own bots, and and then eventually integrate them with like AI, because that's like a great platform for bots. So, anyways, this is our project. It was awesome working with Josh. We ended up using multiple languages. We used React, JavaScript, Python, HTML, CSS, of course, MySQL, Flask, and Bootstrap. Really helpful. So so what is crypto? Is kind of the question, because crypto is referred to like the decentralized ledger system that supports the cryptocurrency world. Maybe the most important invention since the internet. Taylor Winklevoss, we have elected to put our money and faith in a mathematical framework that is free of politics and human error. Blockchain has the potential and our to reshape the world into a better place if we all agree. The use cases could benefit industries such as agriculture, financial sectors, real estate, music royalties, anti-money laundering, voting mechanisms, advertising rights, digital DNA, privatizing, and much more use cases. The main problem that we see is that people don't fully understand blockchain technology and fully grasp the benefits. Throughout our lives, we've been tethered to third parties to be the oversight of our lives, sold under the name of safety. Vitalik Buterin, which is the inventor of Ethereum, he says, whereas most technologies tend to automate workers on the proprietary doing menial tasks, blockchains automate away the center. Instead of putting the taxi driver out of a job, blockchain puts Uber out of a job, unless the taxi drivers work with the customer directly. So our idea was simple. It was two phases. First phase is to educate the world of the power that is at your fingertips. Providing access to late-breaking news, and then finding a 7-day moving average of the top cryptocurrencies. So let's check it out.
All right, we made this with the React, Flux, various APIs such as the CoinGecko API and the Crypto News API. As you can see, we have the registration and login. Okay, we're gonna go register and log in. Hey, all right, with some technical difficulties. It was working 5, 10
It's
minutes
working.
ago. It's working now?
Yeah.
Okay. We are eventually going to add a favorites button so you can save the coins. We're going to add more graphs. Can you go to the coins over there? Yeah, as you can see, we have links to click on the coins, and this is going to be the 7-day moving average. See, this is Polygon. We have all this from the last 7 days. It updates every day. We also have a link to the website, their Twitter, and their Facebook. So you can get the most up-to-date information on the company.
You can do that with any of the coins, all of them at this. And then we'll end up adding more options later on down the road.
We have a RSS feed here. You can see the most recent news refreshes quite frequently. You have some news from this evening. This is just one of the articles. These are videos to help educate you on cryptocurrency. These are upcoming events. You have some from all over the globe. This one's taking place in London next weekend.
So and then later on, let me get back to PowerPoint. So later on, our goal. I tried working on it this weekend, but I think I was a little confident on building a bot for my first time. I got like a lot of the code developed, but I had trouble connecting it with my brokerage account. But anyways, what I plan on doing is adding a bot, and then just keep adding some bots to the site. And then what we'll be able to do is in the back end as well, you'll be able to save like your whatever coins you're wanting to follow. So you'd have like a favorites list of whatever coin you want. And then you'd also be able to either like copy trade bots. So like whatever the bot is running, you'll be able to copy trade the bot in the future. And because the overall goal with the bots would be help to like curb global poverty by like educating the masses on the advantages of crypto and the power it holds. Moreover, the plan would be to build the trading bots merge with like AI, create residual income streams for anyone, make extra money. So yeah, we definitely want to give some shout outs to Edian and Ernesto and Tomas, Paulo, and our cohort. So it was awesome working with everyone. Yeah. You have anything else you want to add, Josh?
Nope. I think the shout outs are pretty much all I wanted to say.
All right. Cool.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, guys.
Awesome. Thank you guys for your presentation. Does anybody have any questions? Okay, well, that concludes the presentations. Everybody did a really great job. Congratulations to all of you. Before we leave, there's just a few things that we want to go over. First, I just want to let Marcelo and Alejandro each say a few words about the program and about the presentations tonight. So, Marcelo.
Hi. So normally I get really emotional on Geek Talks on presentation days because I do understand where you're coming from, and I pretty much know a little bit about you all. I'm coming also from a background non-related to coding. I don't know if you know or not, but I graduated as a lawyer and then I transitioned to software. I didn't like that. I didn't like the like going to college and learning and becoming a lawyer is actually pretty nice, and it's a beautiful subject. It's beautiful to become a lawyer. Then practicing law, it's awful. Like everything that you learn, it's the opposite. It's tricky. It's corruption. It takes like 45 years after graduation to be recognized about something just because it's like going to the doctor, like you only trust old people if you're going to the doctor. You never trust the 25-year-old doctor. You're always like, yeah, I don't know. Let me get this guy, the 65 years old. It's something like that with law. In coding, it's the opposite. Like if you have a 18 years old coder, that's the guy that you want to have on your side, right? And I did like that, but not because of that, because I already graduated as a lawyer, so I was way older. Alejandro was coding since he was 13 years old. But I did like the possibility that gave me to transition, to grow, to explore, and to build, to create. And I still believe that that's pretty much what we have, like the step forward that we have to take. I truly encourage you guys to go through the process. Oh, Gabriel, beautiful boy, man. Congrats, man. That's even tougher, man. That makes me proud of you. You're dealing with this and a newborn.
Sorry, yes, it's actually a girl. Thank you, Marcelo.
I'm sorry,
Thank
man. I'm sorry.
you. Don't worry. Thank you.
I mean, she's sleeping, so it's impossible to realize that. And it's also the background getting in the middle of her face. So I'm sorry, but it's a beautiful girl. I lost my focus. I also have a baby, and I also get really emotional about it. So getting back to my business. So the main question for you guys pretty much now is, what's next, right? Well, first, get a drink, celebrate, and spend the weekend doing nothing. And on Monday, please get back to us. We have to start searching jobs. We have to start prepping you up for that. There's a lot of process. There's a lot of steps that we have to take and that we have to cover before actually applying. I mean, you can start applying on your own, but I don't know. It's a different. Each one of you, each one of us require different things to evolve and to develop. Some of you need more projects or to polish the final project. Some of you need to combine the profile and to put in words that might sound actually appealing to potential employers. Some of you, we have to sit down and figure it out what you like, what you're good at, what you feel more empowered to. Software and tech, it's like everything is tech. So it doesn't make sense to say that I want to be in tech. You know, like, yeah, what? I don't know. Domino's Pizza is tech. Everything's tech. So we have to figure it out what path you want to take and if that path is actually suitable. Because yesterday I was talking to a potential student saying, and he was like, "Yeah, I want to become a gamer developer after finishing the program." And I was like, "Yeah, it doesn't work like that, man. It's a step by step. I mean, maybe you want to become that in the long term, but not just like it doesn't happen like that." So step by step, and we have the structure, we have the process, we have the talent, and we have everything, and we have the desire to help. So get a drink, do nothing on the weekend or like nothing related to coding, but some of you, we are father and mothers, and weekends are equal to a lot of like even more work than during the week. But then on Monday, Slack me, or actually Slack Adele and Slack Alisa and Alejandro, and let's start working on the projects and the profile and everything that you need to complete before moving forward. We're gonna make it. There's a lot of people actually getting jobs after 4Geeks. We do know it's impossible to say that it will take 30 days or 60 days or 90 days. I don't know. You never know, but we do know what's the things that are required to take the step forward. And we do know what happened with those who actually made it before. So if we take the experience that we have, and if we take your profiles, and if we take that current requirement for software developers, the market, we can actually make it. So congratulations again, you have, and sorry again for the initial phase of this Geek Talks. It was a little bit of a disaster at the beginning, but wait, yeah, you never know. There's always something happening. Thank you. Celebrate and be blessed and enjoy the weekend. Yeah, and let's see you Monday. Thank you very much again.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. Just a quick word on your diplomas. We will be sending you ones digitally. And then if you would like a physical copy, you can either Slack me or Slack your instructor or Colby, and then we can mail you a physical one to your house as well. If you're watching and you're not in coding yet and you're thinking about doing a career change, we do have new cohorts starting in both November and December. So there's plenty of opportunity for you to join. Other than that, congratulations to everyone. I think Marcelo said it best, to enjoy your weekend, and then Monday reconnect with us so we can help you to start with your job placement. So thank you guys all so much for attending, and you all did really great. You should be really proud of yourselves. Congratulations. And like he said, thank you for bearing with us at the beginning, but I hope you guys have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you guys early next week. Thank you.
Ciao, guys. Thank you.
Great job, guys.
Thank you.
Congratulations. Great job.
Congratulations to everyone.
Congrats, guys.
Congrats. Bye.
Good job.
Congratulations, guys. Good night.
Thank you.
Good night. Have a great weekend.